Hey everybody, we're day 3 of our seller bootcamp and um, excited to be here. As usual, we'll wait just a couple minutes, see if we have some people joining us. And if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to put them in the comments and I will try to answer them the best I can. I put a little bit of info into the description. If you've missed our other 2 days of boot camp, feel free to visit us at the Lauren Mastracco team, and that way we can you can take a look at everything else that we've done. There's a couple of other documents in there that you can utilize. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out directly. Okay. The light is hitting me funny today. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the process of selling your home. So what that means. There are a number of action steps that take place that really need to happen in a certain order, and that's the process of selling your home. So the first step in getting started is really to meet not only with an agent but also with a lender. In most cases, if you're selling your home, you need to figure out a place to go next. And so it's always good to know what your budget is. Do you need to sell your home to purchase your next home? That can drastically change what your timeline is, any pricing structure, any negotiating terms. And so working through, do you need to sell in order to buy something new, or can you buy on your own, given a lot of this is based on your debt to income ratio. So that determines a lot, so keeping that in mind. Once you've met with your lender, once you've met with your agent, it's determining the correct timeline for you. So do you need to prepare your home for selling? Yesterday we talked about how you help put your home's best foot forward and really prepare for showings, prepare for photos. Do you still need to do that work? Do you think it would be best to list in a couple of weeks? Do you need a month? All of that information is really helpful to know ahead of time. So determining that timeline with your agent. Next, you've signed your paperwork, you've done all of your prep work, and now is the time to set the price. Setting the price of your home is based on the market value. Right now, the market kind of fluctuates, and so comps that I was giving 6 months ago do not match what they match right now. The value of your home can change in just that short amount of time based on the market and what else is selling around you. So you would determine the market value of your home. This is not the price that I distinguish that your home is worth. It's not what I think your home is worth. It's what the market is telling us. So all of this is really data driven. We utilize a lot of tools. We utilize the MLS to really figure out the best price. And then there are a couple of other strategies surrounding that. And this is very important to know, just because you think that there's a price that your home is worth, that does not mean that the general public and your buyer pool thinks that that's what your home is worth. Sometimes there's a little bit of wiggle room and you can kind of push we talk about pushing the market a lot, but just because you hope that that's the case does not mean that it is actually the case. So you determine the value, sign your paperwork, and then the sign goes in the yard. Now, a lot of times, clients are hoping to know an exact number of days that they can anticipate that their home will be on the market. How many showings will we have? How many days will it be on the market? We're able to predict a little bit about how many days something will be on the market based on the average days on market for your neighborhood or for your general area. But this is not a hard and fast rule. Again, the market is what dictates how quickly your home sells. Um, so once we list in the yard, we put the sign in the yard, it's on the MLS, it's on the internet. Then we're really working to network, make sure that your home is available to the buyers that are there. A lot of times showings are scheduled through, we have an online service, so that's a really easy way to communicate and have everything selling or have everything scheduled. And the hope is that really quickly you'll list your home and you won't have to go too long with showings and you'll have an offer. Once you have an offer, you'll sit down with your agent and determine how you want to approach accepting offers. It could be that you have one great offer and you're ready to move forward with it. It could be that it's not a great offer and you'd like to kind of wait to see if anything else comes in. This is the time where you can either negotiate. It also is another great way, when we are working with an agent, not every offer, even if it's the highest price offer, is going to be the best offer for you. So understanding what your needs are, what is most important to you in a transaction. I've shown, I've done some other videos about, how to win in multiples. That how to win in multiples is really then on the flip side when you're a seller. Do you need to be out in the next 60 days? Well, then you can't have somebody who needs a longer time frame or has a home to sell on their own. Would you really like to have, or is it important to you to know the people who are going to be taking care of your home? That's not always something that we can know about, but it is something that can be important to sellers. And so kind of walking through all those pieces, the top dollar is not always, it's not a hard and fast rule for the best offer. Once an offer is accepted, you've signed a lot more paperwork. We move on to our contingency period. You change the status of your home to, usually you change it to contingent, still showings available. And what that means is that you haven't removed all of your contingencies, but you're open to having other people still look at your home. This is definitely a personal preference, something that each client has to let their agent know if they're comfortable. If they feel really strong about an offer, they feel like it's a great offer, then you can stop all showings. That's always an option. You've made it through your home inspection. Usually after the home inspection, there is some time to renegotiate. And this could be something, there's so many areas. Home inspections could be a whole other topic to discuss, but you would evaluate the home inspection with your agent based on feedback that was given from the buyer's agent. Almost simultaneously, the buyer's lender will be looking for an appraisal. They come through and they determine the value of your home based on previous home sales. And so this is something where your agent would typically be there helping to prepare some of the comps so that I can share how I came to our list price and share that with the appraiser. Once you move past the appraisal, you ensure that the buyer's lender conditions are all met. And really at that point, it's sort of a waiting game. You're in constant communication with your agent. But once we've gotten past these big contingencies, the home inspection, the appraisal, the lender conditions, then you're really talking about packing and getting ready to move. This, from accepted offer to closing, typically runs between 30 and 45 days. That can be longer based on an individual's needs. I've seen anywhere up to 60 days, even potentially a little bit longer. All of these things are something that you can negotiate. Lastly, the day that you sign all of your documents and the day of title transfer are not always the same. This depends a lot on, I typically write mine to be documents on one day and then title transfer on the next day. But say you do need to sell your home to purchase your next home. That changes when you give possession of a home. There are a couple of options for even being able to stay longer past title transfer and doing something like a rent back. All of those things are items that your agent can walk you through. And so there really are some like concrete steps that need to happen. And so keeping track of those dates, especially if you need to buy and sell at the same time. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow on day 4 of Seller Bootcamp. Just as a reminder, we have 5 days, so we'll go through Friday every day at noon, so please feel free to stop back in. If you've missed any of the other days, just visit the Lauren Mastracco Team Facebook page, and all of the other pages, or all of the other days are there, and we're always happy to answer questions. You can shoot me an email at laurenmastracco@howardhanna.com, and we can get you started in the home selling process. Thanks again for joining us today on day 3 of Seller Bootcamp, and hope to have you join us tomorrow. Thanks so much.